I hope this will be a good beginning of your journey of using breathwork for coming closer onto your optimal wealth. Get yourself in a comfortable seated position, uncross your legs, close your eyes. We're moving inwards. I'm inviting you to see yourself as your friend. And how would you guide yourself as a friend on the journey? Planting a seed, or maybe like a gentle shower or wake-up call, that there is another way to look at how I would love to feel in my body. Now, if you allow, I will guide you through a very short breathing exercise, which is taken from this book. There are quite a few of them. And you see how you like it, how you responded. And I hope this will be a good beginning of your journey of using breathwork for coming closer onto your optimal wealth, up to your optimal weight. By wealth, I mean how I feel about myself. So bringing you onto that state of when I feel good in my body, in my skin. So if you're not sitting yet, get yourself in that comfortable seated position, uncross your legs, close your eyes. We're moving inwards. Sip some air. Take a nice deep inhale. Guide your shoulders up towards your ears, and then with big sigh out, big exhale, guide your shoulders down and away. Notice how the air is entering your nostrils and guide it down through your throat, through your lungs, all the way to your diaphragm, so somewhere around your belly button. Do it a few more times so you start feeling very comfortable and grounded. Invite those deep inhales and long exhales. Soften your face. Relax that space between your eyebrows. Relax your eyelids and your eyelashes. And perhaps even stick your tongue out so we know you're not grinding your teeth or quenching your jawlines. Soften your heart center and remind yourself again of those deep inhales and long, soft exhales. And now I would like each of you to envision a lemon. Sorry, not lemon. Actually, let's go for an onion. That's even better image. Think of an onion. And as you know, I'm sure each of you have been chopping, cutting, peeling off the onion. So there is emotional response, and there may be an emotional response to our practice. If you get emotional response, tears, congratulations, because you're getting closer to who you're truly meant to be. But think of that onion, and we're peeling off the onions. We're peeling off the onions, we're getting to the core. So we're starting the peeling of the onions. The first layer is the layer of the story you're telling yourself. So it could be your gender, it could be your age, it could be your nationality, it could be any data you've got in your passport. Could be your full name, could be your height, could be your weight, could be the shape of your body. This is all the story you're telling yourself and you identify yourself with. I would like you to peel off that layer. This no longer matters. Second layer could be your skin color, eye color, hair color, length of your hair, the texture, type of your hair. Again, peel it off. It doesn't matter. Another layer could be your bank statement, the vehicle you're driving, the place where you live, the postcode, the job, the social status, all of that. The expensive shoes or not so expensive shoes, this no longer matters. Now we're moving closer onto the stories you're telling yourself of who you are. What do you see, what do you feel? When you no longer care about that material stuff, about your look, what are those stories? What do you see? What do you feel? And when there is anything right now, right here, that gives you contraction, that makes you feel smaller and makes you feel like you're shrinking, peel it off. Peel it off and leave the energy and space for something that's closer to who you truly are. Now we closer to the core of that onion. You may get emotional response. What do you see now? Who do you see? What's your emotional response? Who is that person you're seeing? What are her desires? How could she show up in her life for those desires? What are her needs? Which of those needs she is able to meet herself? And which of those needs are external? Is she able to communicate those external needs? If not, no problem, because you've got clarity now what the needs are, and you'll be able to work on expressing them. Notice now when you're so naked in front of you, when you're so emotionally vulnerable. Notice, who do you see? Who this person is, and what does this person need from you? How can you support this person when this person is standing in front of you as your friend? Genuine, honest, humble, and so hungry for your acceptance. How do you see this person? And how could you accept her now? Are you willing to reach out to her, offer her your hands, your support, your hug? Are you willing to walk along with her, holding her hand? Are you willing to be patient and consistent like the best friends? And at times to laugh with her and even laugh at her? Notice when I'm guiding you through those statements, questions, what feels uncomfortable, and also when it feels uncomfortable, why? Also notice what you're noticing. What are distractors? What are the voices in your head telling you this is BS, I'm not gonna do it, no, this doesn't really resonate with me? Is that really true, or are we suppressing something else? Allow yourself to be truly open and vulnerable with yourself. Allow yourself to get that gigantic step forward, that motivation, that mindset, that I'm willing, I'm ready to step into something new. Whatever it is, accepting myself the way I am, noticing my triggers, my patterns in our journey with nutrition, with weight loss, or with moving on to optimal weight. The negative thoughts, the negative stories I'm telling myself, I can't do that, I will fail, I will never be in that size, in that shape. Notice that all. And just answer yourself how supportive or not those thoughts are. Because as a psychologist, I know that our thoughts create our words. Our words create our actions, and our actions create our reality. So if in your head you convince yourself to I can't, then you will not, because you can't, you won't be able to. But when you offer yourself support and that positive response and encouragement, you will convince your mind, therefore you will convince your body that you will get there. So in other words, I'm inviting you to see yourself as your friend. And how would you guide yourself as a friend on the journey? What thoughts, what words, what support, what encouragement would you use if you were guiding your friend on the journey. And I know it won't be always walk in the park, and it won't be always rainbows and unicorns for you. It won't be. But if you remember a few words, few tips of what I'm throwing at you right now, you will be able to constantly create this positive energy and vibe that will be taking you a step closer. Even when you fell off the saddle, you'll be able to come back there within hours or even days, rather than making excuses that this is not working for me, therefore I'm not good enough. Plant that seed. Notice how you're breathing now. Notice how deep and slow that breath has become. And notice how good it actually feels to be so honest with yourself. To be so real. And notice that possibility you've got out there. That you always have a choice. And you're choosing the path you're going to take. And then very slowly, very gently, in your own time, come back to your natural breath, whatever that means, and you can start opening your eyes and reflecting back on what you've just experienced.
Thank you. It was an amazing experience. Thank you. I'm sure everyone benefited a lot.
You're very welcome. I do hope that it was some sort of planting a seed, or maybe like a gentle shower or wake-up call, that there is another way to look at how I would love to feel in my body.